the bargain bin.
You always say that. Why is it your favorite segment? You've never.
Hey, because it's getting games for free. Like, we love games, and getting games for free or in discount, it's the most important thing to maintain this habit.
So you're saying it's your favorite segment because you're a tight ass.
Partly, but it's just a bit of a meme that I'm just seeing if you pick up on over time.
I listen to it every week.
As we normally do, we kick off with Epic Game Store, just given that they are reliable delivery of free games for us. So this week there were no surprises. RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 is free this week, so jump in and get that. And then next week it's Pikuniku. Am I saying that right? Pikuniku?
Pikuniku, yeah.
I don't know much about this game, so that's free next week. And one thing on the Epic Game Store, they're really pushing Rocket League. So it's even to the point where you can get a $15 Australian voucher if you just install Rocket League from Epic Game Store and then apply it to a game that's like $23. So effectively, whatever $23 games out there or more, that'd be like a $7 game.
And it's kind of
just by installing Rocket League.
A part of me that's annoyed at myself because I own that game just like you. I own it on Switch, PC, and I own it on Xbox, which is where I mainly play.
Yeah.
But I never even launched the PC version out of Steam, and I'm like, oh man, I should. Why did I buy it? I didn't need it. Now I don't. Now it's all free. Damn it.
No, but I'll make one argument because, as you know, I'm a big Rocket League fan. With PC and Steam, and this isn't the case so far with Epic, with Steam, I like it on Steam because they have the workshop and the mods. So I use them because it allows you to do training packs and lots of different things you can't do on consoles to practice skills. So like that whole side of it, like there's a lot of stuff out there that you're probably not aware of that's actually really, really cool. So you can only do that so far with the Steam version. So I would always want the Steam version. Maybe eventually when the Epic stuff, but it is funny that you haven't even booted it up. It's a bit of a shame. And you've got a mad PC as well. So yeah, you should play it on PC. I don't know why you don't. It's all unified now. So it's like one Rocket Pass or Rocket ID, I should say, across all the platforms. But you do need to nominate your primary platform.
I play way too many games as it is. I'm not about to add something else to the mix.
And then do you want to cover your highlights for Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, just as usual, every now and then I'll look at the Switch store and just point out some games that I think are a great deal. So the first one is Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. So that includes the Dark Arisen expansion. That is half price, 50% off. There's 4 days left of that as of Sunday. All Final Fantasy games, or at least the mainline games from 7, 8, 9, and 10, are 50% off as well. So there's 3 days left for that. Those games are worth it at full price, so that's obviously also a great deal. And the last highlight I've got is Mark of the Ninja, which I'll always recommend to people. And I think it's the remastered version as well. That's 75% off, and that's got 3 days left as of Sunday as well.
Yeah, and I know that this isn't in our run sheet, but there's a lot of deals because of Tokyo Game Show, and obviously Nintendo and Sony being Japanese companies, they usually do deals around Tokyo Game Show. So yeah, that's why we're seeing a lot of discounts on these Japanese-based or from Japan games. I probably just want to call out, because it's interesting to me that Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, which is on Switch, that's actually on sale at the moment. So that's like about 70% off.
I did see that.
So it's about $25.
I just hadn't played.
Yeah.
I didn't know when I'm doing these things, I'm kind of like recommending games that I know are going to be good. I'm not sure how that game is. So.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. And to me, it's like, I didn't disclose this earlier, but I actually fired up my 3DS because I've got Monster Hunter 4 and Stories on 3DS. So I was actually going to start playing through them a little bit just to see what they're like. But now I'm almost keen to get Monster Hunter Generation.
I've actually got a Monster Hunter game on 3DS I've never used as well, so I'd have to check which one that is, if it's the same one.
Yeah. So I'm actually like, I don't know, I got to have a think about it. I mean, it has been on sale quite a few times, but yeah, that's another one to call out, just given all the Monster Hunter stuff that's coming out. And just on PlayStation, again, just because, they've got the Japanese sales, they've got a whole sale called Big in Japan. And for me, at least, like the biggest call outs is just like Tekken 7, which is like 80% off. And then Resident Evil 2 and 3 are both 50% off. But there's a whole host of games that are on sale, and all the Final Fantasies similar to Switch on sale as well. So it's worthwhile to check out. If there's any sort of Japanese-based games that you'd be keen on, because there's a lot of sales at the moment around that. And just on Xbox, there's some big news this week, I guess.
Yeah, so first of all, just the titles that have been added already and are available now. Destiny 2, which is obviously a huge game, plus all the add-ons are on Xbox Game Pass for console.
Like all the DLC?
Yes, apparently they
Oh, really?
all the additional content, yes.
Oh, wow.
The thing with Destiny 2, it's very difficult to not do that because a lot of that stuff kind of bleeds into what the current events are. They also
of course.
remove older content, so it's kind of it's tricky to just say, oh, the base game is available. But
yeah, it's sneaky when they do that in a way, because you're 100% right. If you don't have the DLC, you're not really playing the game like that everyone else is.
Yeah, specifically for these live service games.
Oh, that's pretty. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool, actually.
So Night of the Woods.
I might get Game Pass.
Night of the Woods, very critically acclaimed narrative style game, is available on Xbox as well, Game Pass. Warhammer Vermintide 2, which is great. Any co-op games that are added to Game Pass is fantastic. That's on Xbox because it's just great. Anyone, you're like, oh, yeah, we've got Game Pass. We can just download this co-op game and play it. I've already played quite a bit. It's just really good to have more co-op games on there. And on PC, there's an point-and-click adventure title called Kathy Rain that's added to Game Pass. And coming in a couple of days is the big hitter, Doom Eternal is hitting console Game Pass, not PC yet.
That's so crazy.
They've said that it should be added to PC Game Pass later in the year. So there's not many months left, so I don't know when that's going to be. But yeah, Doom Eternal, like that's such a recent release that I'm like, there's part of me that's like, do I need to play the first one before I pick up Doom Eternal?
No,
like,
no, you don't. You don't.
But
so you haven't played Doom 2016?
No, I just haven't got around to it. I played the demo of it, and I own the game after that, but I haven't actually gone to play the full game. But,
so, I mean, this is a rare occasion where I've actually played a game that you haven't. So I've played through Doom a couple of times, actually. Like that game, Doom 2016, that game is just so incredible. And everything I've seen about Doom Eternal, I'm so glad what they did. Like, as opposed to, just to give the parallel around the id versions, like Doom came out. Doom wasn't that big of a hit because it also wasn't available in a lot of stores. Whereas Doom 2, when that came out, that actually came out at retail, and it came out very shortly after Doom 1. Whereas with this, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, in a weird way, they're kind of very different games. Like the way they play and the way they make you interact. Like the element around Doom Eternal and the mechanisms around the armor and like how you attack the enemies and what they drop, it's actually kind of a bit different to Doom 2016. And, like overall same vein, but there's like quite strong differences between the two games, and you don't need to play Doom 2016 to play Doom Eternal. I'm actually super jealous, man, because I've been really keen to get Doom Eternal, but again, just waiting for the right price to get into it. And then when I saw it on Game Pass, and then specifically PC Game Pass later, I'm like, damn, that is just so compelling. I mean, Doom Eternal, I don't think it will be, but it could genuinely be Game of the Year. Like, it's not laughable to be in that conversation. And for that to just come out on that service, that's awesome. And you think permanently, right? Like, I can't imagine they were going to take it off.
Well, we don't know, because the reason being is that any game that was, like, obviously released prior to the acquisition, we don't know the licensing arrangements for all that stuff. But anything after that, well, I just don't know. That's what I'm saying. We don't know 100%. There's a very good chance it will stay on. We just don't know. So in that vein, we actually had, interestingly, so Dishonored 2 was set to be removed on the 30th of September.
And we should just mention that this is within the what's it called? The ZeniMax universe.
Yes.
Of IP.
In the same vein. Sorry. I was getting to that.
Sorry, I didn't know if you were going to mention that. I thought it was quite critical at the start. Sorry.
So, has been...
Simu is a Wii U emulator, by the way.
Thank you.
Go on.
So, Dishonored 2 from Arcane Studios, who are owned by ZeniMax Media, who's been purchased.
Oh, beautiful.
The game's been currently removed from like the official leaving Game Pass lists.
Oh, has it?
Maybe staying, but
Interesting.
we don't know.
Interesting.
So I'd
Interesting.
also read somewhere that maybe Arkham Knight outstood its time a little bit as well. So it's
Mm.
possible that just could be just complete coincidence that happened. But it was meant to leave on the 30th. So if you haven't finished that game and you want to, then you only a couple of days left anyway. If it does leave, so don't obviously play it safe.
And I just wanted to sort of, we should have touched on it earlier when we were chatting about Bethesda, but just looking at Doom Eternal and the back catalog, like, how do you think they're going to release the back catalog of ZeniMax games?
Well, I mean, they'll just spread them out because they have monthly announcements. So you might have a Bethesda game crop up in that list every now and then. I'd love to see on Game Pass PC if they actually add things like Morrowind and stuff. That'd be awesome.
Oh, they definitely will, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about the publishing arrangements around these games. So, like, you got to remember Bethesda around that time of Morrowind, they weren't a huge publishing giant. So there's possible things that they need to factor in. But that would be great to be able to play Morrowind. I've got a copy of Morrowind, but it's on DVD, so I don't have a DVD drive on this PC. So it's like, I'd love a way to play that. I guess I could just get it off. I probably already have it on Steam if it's on there, but yeah.
I think from my recollection, I actually have it on. I think I have it from Bethesda. I think they gave it away for free for like a day or something like that. Like whenever there's those type of freebies, I always try to jump on it.
Oh,
So I think I have
surprise.
Morrowind. You're not surprised about that? I actually, from memory, I think I actually even installed it and played. Yeah, so I do have it. Yeah. I remember I actually played it a little bit and I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. So, yeah, I think that's definitely coming to Game Pass. And I think you're spot on. I think they're going to, on a monthly or every other month basis, go, like, and they've probably mapped it already out. It's like, when do we want to do Skyrim? When do we want to put that on it? Because that's going to be big news. You know what I mean?
There's already a whole bunch of their games already on Game Pass, like Wolfenstein.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That stuff. So, but anyway,
I was wondering if, like, because supposedly this deal only started to get really discussed in July, around July period. So it's not that long ago. That's incredibly quick for like an M&A deal. So yeah, like, I do wonder if they were starting to think, maybe we should kick some of these titles off, so then we have the ability to put them back on and then get some buzz out of it. So, but they're not as cynical as I think I would be. Xbox. So yeah, no, huge news in Xbox again. I feel like every time we talk about this, there's a good week for Sony for every 3 good weeks that you have for Xbox and the news there.
Just wait for that.
But
Phoenix acquisition. Just wait.
Yeah, exactly. And just given that we've had Super Mario 3D World come out, and just like when we record, I played it a little bit, and you played it a lot more since
Super Mario All Stars.
Yes, sorry, Super Mario 3D All Stars. So